Hi friends, I'm Laura, this is Baker Drinks, and today we're reviewing a bottle with some controversy. While Elijah Craig is not usually a brand with controversy behind it, a lot of people are upset that they have changed their age statement on their barrel proof for the first time. This year's batch, or this current batch, is 11 years and 5 months instead of 12 years old. They're worried that 7 months is just going to be a deal breaker. But on the positive note, since they are eliminating the 12-year age statement, I hear rumor that the next batch, batch C923, is going to be age stated with 13 years. So you're going to get, I think, more range of flavors between the batches, which to me sounds like a good thing. I have a lot of Elijah Craigs. If you can see back here, there's quite a row of them. I don't have room for more, but there's a lot of similarities between them, and so I think it'll be nice to have more differences. So I think that's what will happen with the greater range of ages. So I'm going to review this batch, and then I will compare it to the previous batch, A123, and then last year's B batch, because I just want to see if the batches with B are similar versus the year that they come out. So like all their other releases, they have A, B, and C, which is the first, second, and third release of the year. And then the number 1, 5, or 9 is the month that it comes out. So this one is B523. So it's the second batch of the year. Comes out in May, which is now, it's brand new. And then 23, it's the year it came out in. Okay, let's try this. This one is 11 years, 5 months, and 124.2 proof. So nice and spicy, I'm assuming, which is not usually the type of whiskey that I'm reaching for in May when it's 90 degrees outside today, but that's okay. It doesn't have to only be drank in the winter, although that's when I do the most of it. This last year's B batch, there were so many of them, and we were able to buy a bottle for $40, so we used it as a mixer during the winter. So if you ever find one for a price like that, you can't pass it up. But anyway, they are $75 in Oregon at least. I don't know what the prices are everywhere else. I live in Washington. I'm sure the prices, if I find one in Washington, would be way higher. But I bought it in Oregon, so $75. If you saw my review of the A batch, I absolutely loved it. It was extremely sweet and oaky, which are kind of my favorite things. I really like those sugary, sweet, but oak forward flavors. So I'm kind of hoping that this one's the same. This one, it doesn't actually, it's not like pouring out of the glass like it's a high proof. It's kind of surprising to me. It is sweet and oaky, but there is like a light fruitiness to it, like that cherry note, but like a sugary cherry, I guess. Let's try it. Oh, okay. So that starts out exactly what it was on the palate, or on the nose. It starts out with a sugary kind of cherry and oak, and then it transitions into more nut and spice, which is enjoyable. And then it's kind of dry at the end. So you get a lot as you go through, and that was just the first sip. So let's try again. Yeah, very sweet up front. Then it hits the back, gets a little bit of bitterness, but just very mild, not in a bad way. Kind of balances it. There's a lot going on there. It's not a simple, this is what you get. There's just a lot. I enjoy it though. I don't think I've ever had an ECBP that I didn't enjoy. When I compare them side to side, there are ones that I like more than others. But if someone were just to grab one off my shelf and pour it for me blind, and I had no idea what the batch was, I'm sure I would like it. They're all good. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not on the nose. I don't get any of that nuttiness, but on the palate, I definitely get it. It's very oily. It does not drink like crazy hot. I mean, you feel it in the chest and you feel spice on the tongue, but I don't consider that because of the proof necessarily. It's probably the rye in it. It's very interesting. Let's compare it to A, which I loved because it was so sweet. See if I still feel that way about it. Oh my gosh, yeah. Way sweeter on the nose, a lot less going on with the A batch. Still love it. This newer batch, I feel like is much more complex though. There's more going with it. You get the sweetness, you get oak, you get peanut and bitterness, maybe some chocolate because with the bitter. But I still like A. It's just comparing the two, this newer batch is much more complex, so it's more interesting to drink. Now I'll compare it to the B batch from last year, so B522. Smells like Elijah Craig. Sweet. Somehow these are all easy to drink, even though they're crazy high proof. Oh, this one, no wonder, this one's lower proof. B522 is 60% instead of 62. So, there's that little bit of difference. But I would say of these three, just based on my mood I'm in right now, a lot of times it just comes down to what mood you're in. I like this new one because it's got a lot more going on. I wouldn't say if you're someone that really wants a balanced bourbon from the front to the back, maybe this one's not for you. But if you like it jumping around between flavors and you kind of have to think about it and you got to know what's going on, then I would suggest this. I think it's a great price for 12-year-old or 11 years and 5 months barrel proof. $75 is not crazy in the market we're in right now. I'm happy I bought it. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think about them dropping the 12-year age statement. I hope you're able to find it in your area. I know it drops at different times. I just got lucky that it comes out here right away, even though we're on the West Coast. So, have a great day. Cheers.